In a generation that had turned its back on God, Noah stood firm like a tree rooted against the storm. While those around him chased idols and filled their days with violence, Noah raised his voice and called them back to what was right. They mocked him, dismissed him, called him a fool, but Noah would not be moved. Then God spoke to Noah, and what he said would change everything. The earth had become so saturated with wickedness and violence that God declared he would wipe it clean, every living thing along with it. But Noah had found favor in God's eyes, and God had a plan to save him. God gave Noah precise instructions to build a great vessel, exact measurements, specific materials, careful design. It was a project on a scale no man had ever attempted, a task that seemed beyond all reason. Yet Noah asked no questions. He simply picked up his tools and began. Day after day the ark rose higher on dry ground, and the neighbors could barely contain themselves. They pointed, they laughed, they shook their heads at what they were certain was the greatest act of foolishness anyone had ever seen. But while they mocked, the hull grew taller, and the warning written in wood kept taking shape. When the ark was finished, God told Noah to gather his family and the animals, 7 pairs of every clean creature, 1 pair of every kind that was not. What followed was a procession the world had never witnessed, a living river of creatures streaming toward the great wooden vessel. The crowd watched in stunned silence, more unsettled than ever before. Among the onlookers, something had quietly begun to shift. One man, speaking barely above a whisper, admitted that maybe, just maybe, Noah knew something they did not. Before the thought could take root, his companions drowned it out with laughter, unwilling to face what that possibility might mean. Then, without warning, the sky turned dark. Thunder rolled across the earth, lightning split the horizon, and the rain began to fall, harder and heavier than anyone had ever seen or imagined. The ones who had been laughing just moments before now stood frozen, eyes wide, staring at the heavens as Noah's words came rushing back to them like an echo of the thunder overhead.